Hello there, this is the World News at 12 on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent, and here are the top stories. New terror group Mahmuda intensifies attacks. IGP deploys special anti-bandit squads nationwide. Presidency defends 10 billion naira Aso Rock Kwara and Niger State. Suspected members of the new terrorist group were said to have attacked communities in Ilesha Baruba and Kemanji, Baruten and Kayama local government areas of Kwara State on Sunday night. They reportedly killed some vigilantes in the state on Friday. According to Daily Trust, the assailants were on military camouflage, riding motorcycles, stormed the market square at 9:30 p.m. and opened fire on the residents before they zoomed off. According to a resident of the area, the fresh incident is coming in the wake of a similar attack the same day in neighboring Kayama, where a vigilante was killed. In a recent development, Governor Herdsmen Alia of Benue State has said armed Fulani herders who attacked the state are Malians and not Nigerians. Alia said the Hausa and Fulani, these armed herders, speak at distant from what is obtainable in Nigeria. Benue State has experienced a series of attacks from armed herders, which has led to the death of several people. These armed herders have attacked local government areas like Uchuku, Ado, Logo, and others. However, the governor said these attackers who wield AK-47s don't look like the indigenous Fulanis in Nigeria. Governor Alia disclosed this while speaking on the television program on Tuesday. Let's take a listen to him speaking on this situation, where he said that those attacking the people in Benue State are not Fulani herdsmen, but foreigners.
We know we can identify the Fulani man, a Yoruba man, a Hausa man, and others. And then with the regular traditional leaders, we know they're walking with cows, with headers, and then we start stealing and that goes in machetes. And that's not the case. These folks are coming in fully armed with AK-47, AK-49. They don't bear Nigerian looks, and they don't speak what we speak. Their Hausa is one sort of Hausa. It's not the normal Hausa we Nigerians speak. So it is with the Fulani they speak. There is a trend of language they speak, and there are some of our people who understand what they speak, and they give it names. They say they're Malians and different form of people, but they are not Nigerians. This is the second phase we are seeing. The initial one was with the traditional herders. The traditional herders, we had less troubles with them. And it's not interesting to know that in a number of cases, when the terrorists now come in, it's the traditional herders that will give us some kind of heads up that certain people have come in, they don't know them. And what these people do is 80% of their way is clear. This is never associated with the other traditional groups that used to pass through to Benue and then they move further to the south. What we see, what we experience as a new different trend phase. And it is quite alarming. If you go to Katsina local government now, the entire local government is extremely infested with these terrorists. They have spread themselves everywhere. They are everywhere. And it's not only this. Believe me, it is a siege. We are under a siege. Governor, out of the 23 local governments, I had mentioned 17. Since we came in, we turned this down so much that 9 local governments were now in the red lines. But again, we fought in a very serious way that the majority of the local governments that are in the red lines, now the front lines of this insurgency, are now 6.
Has deployed a special squad to arrest the rising violence across the country. He ordered all police mobile force squadrons to maintain at least one fully equipped combat-ready unit on constant standby, effective immediately. He gave the directive during the meeting with squadron commanders in Abuja on Tuesday as bandits struck in Kwara, Benue, and Sokoto states, killing 21 persons. In the past weeks, the attacks on hapless citizens have escalated, with increased attacks reported in Plateau, Benue, Enugu, and other parts of the country. Addressing his squadron commanders during the meeting, the IG stressed that the standby units must be prepared to provide rapid support to state commands in times of crisis, high-risk operations, or emergency interventions. Restating the withdrawal of mobile policemen from escort duties, the IG noted with concern that this has drained the PMF's tactical effectiveness. The Presidency has defended the recent approval of a 10 billion naira solar energy project for the State House, describing it as consistent with global standards amid growing public criticism over its cost and timing. Special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, made the clarification via his verified X account, commonly called Twitter, responding to widespread concerns about the necessity of the project in the face of Nigeria's current economic challenges. Ononuga argued that the decision to power the State House with solar energy aligns with global best practices. He pointed out that the White House in Washington, D.C. also uses solar energy, noting that renewable solutions for official residencies are not unprecedented and represent a commitment to sustainability. According to sources familiar with the proposal, the solar system is expected to provide stable and clean electricity to the President's residence, administrative offices, and other key buildings within the State House complex. The project aims to enhance energy efficiency, reduce dependency on fossil fuels, and yield long-term cost savings. Meanwhile, we'll take a throwback where during the 2023 presidential election campaigns, President Tinubu had promised Nigerians steady electricity, urging citizens not to vote for him if he defaults. Let's take a listen.
By all means necessary, you must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I don't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me. That's the truth. Unless I give you adequate reasons why I couldn't deliver. Whichever way.
Flight operations in Nigerian airports are likely to be disrupted as workers of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, embark on an indefinite nationwide strike today. This comes as workers' unions, including the Union of Air Transport Employees, the Association of Nigerian Aviation Professionals, and the Amalgamated Union of Public Corporations, Civil Service, Technical and Recreational Services Employees, accused NIMET management of failing to honor agreement aimed at resolving prolonged remuneration issues. The workers vehemently slammed NIMET management's failure to implement a partial agreement reached on January 28, 2025. Meanwhile, the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection at the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA), Michael Achilugu, and Tunde Moshood, spokesperson of the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Kiyamo, are yet to react to the development. However, speaking on the development, the Managing Director of Aero Contractors, Ado Sanusi, emphasized that it was the standard operational procedure for airlines to get weather reports for aircraft to either land or take off. He, however, could not confirm if there would be flight operations today or not. Air transport passengers at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport and Murtala Mohammed Airport are already jittery about what their fate would be in the coming days. They called on the government to resolve the situation to allow flight operations continue. You're still tuned into the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People in 90.3 FM. We will shortly be joined by political, social and national affairs analyst Mr. Lawal Kundaya, who will be giving his own perspective and opinions, unbiased analysis on the issues in the news this afternoon. Do stay tuned. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Lawal Ekundayo. How are you doing today? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm fine.
Thank you so much. It should be good afternoon, rather. But then thank you for joining me. Let's quickly talk about what we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks and even longer. I could go ahead and say for the past 2 years or more, right? We've been talking about the issue of insecurity. The latest development is that there is a new terror group terrorizing citizens in Kwara and Niger State to the extent that many people in several different localities and local government in Kwara State are fleeing their homes. Now, we know how this can lead to an internally displaced persons crisis, whereby these people are moving to regions where they believe it will be much more secure. Then you have these regions overflowing with people, and the resources in that regions can no longer be enough to cater to the people who are there. Now, moving further, we are seeing a situation whereby the IGP is deploying special anti-bandit squads nationwide. Are we expecting the police to do what it seems that the military has been unable to do to curb these terrorists in the past few years?
Both of them are just telling us stories. They are just telling us stories now. They are telling us stories. Anytime, say, it's still the same story. It's the old story. See, we are tired of all these stories. It's the same old song they sing to us, so that nothing will happen. Because we already know that all these things they are saying is not, you don't need to tell. Okay, the military said they have been winning war on these terrorists, and they've been doing bombings here and there. How many videos have you seen of them doing any bombing in any of those forests? How many videos have you seen where they go to the camp of these bandits or terrorists and attack them? Have you seen any video? Because I have not seen any. If America is attacking any maybe they will show us the video of what they have done. They will show, everybody will see the video all over the world. Even when Iran attacked Israel, they show the video. Now the question is, where is the video of all these things they are saying? That's why I said the same old story will still be sung. Is what they are singing to us. The same old story. The thing is this: if you want to do something, you don't do it when we have issues. We don't do this when we have issues. You will be telling us you have stopped this thing before it happens. That's what we want to hear. Not that many people are killed, people are detained. That's why you tell us you are taking action. I don't see that as an action. I see that as a story, because that same story has been sung for 10 years now. It's been the same story we've been hearing. Then we have gone to attack. And the same bandits are still there doing their normal thing. Now they have occupied almost all the geographical zone of this country. The only place that is left for them to occupy now is the south. And that's the major problem, what is preventing them. You get it? We are in a very, very serious crisis. You see, that's why I said the whole story is what they are singing to us, the same song that they want us to hear, they want us to hear, and we are tired of this song. It's when they have killed people, you say you have deployed. You have deployed. What is happening? Why can't those people themselves protect themselves? Is it a crime for them to protect themselves? Is it a crime? You said police, you are sending money. What about the people, the residents of the community? Can't you empower them to protect themselves? Or the police you are bringing, they are coming from abroad, or they are coming from heaven or space? Is it not the same people you are employing? Why not employ the people of the community to police their community? Empower them, make them a part of the police, give them weapons, and then they'll protect their community. Instead of saying you are deploying, where are you deploying to? It's the same old story that will not work because they are really not doing anything. That is what I see.
Mr. Akundayo, let's talk about the Benue State governor, who is saying that the people that are attacking his people in Benue State, that they are not Fulani herdsmen, that in fact it is Nigerian Fulani herdsmen that give pointers to let them know that, oh, there are people coming to attack. And the people coming in, they are Malians or just other people from the different Sahel regions who speak a different Hausa or Fulani from what the people in that area speak. Now, some Nigerians see this as him trying to absolve the Fulani herdsmen of guilt in this situation, because in different areas of the country, when people are attacked, they come out, they tell Nigerians, look, it was Fulani herdsmen who attacked us. If this is really the case, that it is foreigners, doesn't this speak to the laxity of our security agencies in making sure that we don't have foreigners coming into Nigeria holding Nigerian identity documents, and also the porosity of our borders? So it's two things. Is he trying to absolve the Fulani herdsmen on one hand, or are we really looking at a situation whereby we need to secure our borders more so that we don't have foreign terrorists coming in to kill Nigerians?
Now, when somebody is attacked, and then you go to the station to report, is it the police that will be telling you who attacked you, or you will be the one telling the police who attacked you? Are you getting me? Let me say somebody is attacked, Is it not the person that is the primary witness? Is it not the person that will tell who attacked him? Is it the police you went to report to that will be telling you who attacked you? Now, the people of the community, the governor is saying that it is the Fulani herdsmen that are doing this thing, and the government is saying, the larger government, who is not part of the community, is saying no. It is who is the primary victim here? Who is the victim? Is it not the victim that will be telling the people who attacked them? And they are saying these are the people who attacked them, and the government is saying no, they are not the person. There's something is going on. There's a special protection for these people which we don't understand. We have seen it on YouTube. We have seen it not only on YouTube, on so many social media where people video these Fulani herdsmen terrorizing the villagers by destroying their crops on the farm. They carry weapons and they destroy the crops of the villagers and feed their crops to their cattle. And then you are saying no, they are not a Fulani terrorist. They are not Fulani herdsmen. They are somebody. There's something going on here. There's a lot of cover-ups with the government. That's why anything happens, the next we are going to hear is that you have deployed people there to calm them. That you are calming people. Somebody who's crying that he has lost loved ones. You are not going after the perpetrators. You have not arrested the perpetrators. You have not stopped this thing. It keeps aggravating. And eventually, when you capture any one of those bandits or terrorists, the next thing you do is that you say they have repented and then you release them back into the society so that they can continue perpetrating what they have done before. Because knowing very well that, don't worry, they will soon release you. And you are telling me that they are not getting more recruits. The country, I don't understand. That's why sometimes I blame these governments, the governors too. Because the governors are busy talking and talking. I told you there are two things to security. There is information aspect of security, then there is the attack aspect of the security. Why is the government, the state government, not spending money on the information aspect of security? If you have information, people who give these villagers information, you get it, before these terrorists come, they will find a way to hide. They will quickly run away because information is getting to them. But the governors are not doing this. They should set up a ministry in each state. The governor should set up a ministry in each state that will deal with things like this. Just give information. Ministry of Information on Insecurity. And then this ministry will take care of giving the people first-hand information before these bandits get to them. It will go a long way to resolve most of these issues. But the governments are busy blaming the federal. The federal is busy blaming I don't understand. Now we have the government that is still blaming game. When they are spending so much money on security, 3.something trillion naira or more on security, and yet nothing to show for it. Nothing. This bandit, look at what happened in Kwara. Are you with me?
I'm with you, Mr. Akundaya.
Look at what is going on in Kwara. They even levy communities. Communities are paying them taxes. Communities are paying the terrorists taxes in Nigeria. That means those terrorists, they have an office. Because for you to be collecting taxes, you must have a record of those who have paid and a record of those who have not paid. So they must have a record. They have offices, they have headquarters in that area where people have to go and pay, have to go and register with them that they have paid, they have not paid. That means that these terrorists are within us and the government know where they are. And the government is not telling us the truth. That's what, because they know everywhere. These terrorists, they use phone. They use phone. Somebody is giving them the ransom. Somebody is meeting them. For example, for them to send to the villagers that they should pay taxes, they send some people to them, and there are people they will pay to. So this thing is happening around us. It's not secret anymore. It's not secret. And the government is telling they have deployed some people. And we are tired of these old stories because people are dying. Now, these terrorists are now look at it. They are in Borno. They are in Katsina, they are in Kwara, they are in Benue, they are in Plateau. You get it? They are coming to the south. Now they have occupied almost all the three political zones of this country, and then what will happen thereafter? One day they will just launch an attack on everybody, and then before you know it, they will take over the whole country and become the government in the country. Because that is what we have now. You have them pockets all over the place. They're collecting taxes from people. People are paying taxes. Some people in the community, they recognize them as the government. They don't even know the government, the real government of Nigeria anymore. Is the terrorists they see as the government, and they are paying taxes to them. They said they are even allocating lands That is terrorists to allocating lands to community people to go and farm for them. Then what are we talking about? They are taking over the country now. That means they are established. And before you know, they will not take over everything, and then they will not declare Nigeria as a terrorist. They are their own country, and then what are we going to do? That is where it's going.
Because I don't see what the government is doing. The situation will not deteriorate to that extent. But I want to quickly talk about the presidency defending the 10 billion naira Aso Rock solar project, right? The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, that's Bayo Ononuga, made a post saying that even the White House in Washington uses solar power. It's in line with global standard, global best practices. There is no reason why the state house, in Aso Rock should not be using solar power. But here is the thing. During his campaigns before the 2023 elections, President Tinubu promised Nigerians stable electricity and even said you wouldn't have to pay so much. You wouldn't have to pay estimated bill anymore. He even said, if I do not keep this promise, don't vote for me for a second term. That's what he said. I played that inset if you were listening before I called you. Now, here is another situation, right? The federal government insisted, that was at about this story broke 9 days ago, that the federal government is insisting on ending 200 billion naira solar panel imports, saying that electricity will soon become the blackout will soon become a thing of the past. Doesn't this seem like hypocrisy on the part of the federal government, whereby you're telling people, don't worry, we'll give you electricity, we're going to stop the import of solar panels, but you're planning to use 10 billion naira to install solar panels in the State House?
Now, somebody said America has solar panel. You should ask, it's Americans, the Americans. Are they having 24-hour power supply? Are they having an adequate, affordable power supply? Yes, the question is yes. An ordinary American is enjoying power supply 24 hours at a cheaper rate, affordable rate. It's not a problem to them. So even if the federal government is in their own government, that is White House is installing solar, they know that it is to the benefit of the whole country. So they won't complain, because everything they do to the benefit of the country. That is America. Now, Nigeria, what they are doing is not to the benefit of the common people. It's not. Now, they are installing solar because there is a problem of estimated billing, which everybody is suffering in Nigeria. Now, the government wants to remove itself. What about the ministry that is voting money for generator and fuel? Ministry of Power voting money in their budget for generator and fuel. That's the Ministry of Power that's supposed to provide power for us. Is already providing its own separate power with generator and fuel. It's telling everybody to go and buy generator and fuel, that their power supply will not be available. And the federal government is doing the same thing. If everybody is enjoying the power supply affordable, then who will complain whatever you are installing? It's like a father who is eating food and the children are complaining. I mean, the children are having nothing to eat. Will they not complain? If the children are having food to eat and the father is eating his own food, nobody will complain because everybody is eating well. But when the children are not eating and the father is eating, the children will complain now because it's not normal. So what they are doing is not normal. It's not. The Ministry of Power voted money in Nigeria. Ministry of Power voted money for generator and fuel. And now the federal government is voting money to install solar.
If you recall, Mr. Ekundayo, about a year ago, there were reports that the Aso Villa, the Defense Headquarters, CBN, and other ministries, department, and agency were facing threats of disconnection, over 47 billion naira debt. Now, they could tie this back to it and say, you see the reason why we need to have this solar panel installation, but how much electricity are Nigerians getting in a week? How much are Nigerians paying for band A, band B, band C? Right? A lot of people are paying so much for electricity that they are not even having. This is, to many Nigerians who have voiced concerns, they are saying this look like the president and Aso Rock is just sorting themselves out while leaving Nigerians to continue in darkness. That's
it now. That's what is going on. Because I'm somebody who is very, very familiar with what is going on in the electricity industry. The whole thing is a scam. It's a scam. Because as of now, we are still talking about estimated billing. Even band A, band B, band C, they are estimation. Because somebody who put on band A is supposed to have 22 hours supply every day at least. And sometimes they don't even have electricity a whole day. Sometimes they don't have up to that 22 hours. And yet you build them as if they are using 22 hours power supply minimum every day. Is that not estimation? Even on prepaid meter, they are estimating the people. Talk less of people who don't have prepaid meter, they are on direct estimation. Now, the thing is this, the people, you get it, they are feeling this thing, and the government is disconnecting. They know that if the government is disconnecting from it, that means the government knows that the people are seriously suffering. This thing is a big problem to Nigerians. It's a thing that is making Nigeria to be poorer. It's a thing that is making businesses to disappear in Nigeria. It's ruining the economy of this country. And the government knows this is. That is why they see it too as a problem. That is why they want to leave it. But they want to leave it. But okay. They leave Nigerians there, they are settling themselves.
Following, if we follow what the president said, what the incumbent president said during his campaign before the 2023 elections, he said, if I don't give you stable electricity and I cannot give you a good reason why I did not give you stable electricity, don't vote for me for a second term. But you have a lot of supporters of the president saying it doesn't matter. President Tinubu is coming back for 2027. Would you expect, because electricity is not the only sector for which Nigerians are disgruntled, right? That so many Nigerians will channel this disgruntlement, this displeasure in the 2027 elections and actually vote out the APC?
Now, the thing is this. Somebody, if you have to be a man of your word. That is what I believe. You have to what Nigerian politicians they don't keep to their words. That's why when they make promises, they get to office, they are doing something else. That's why somebody can say anything and it's not even minding what is word that is said. You get it? Which doesn't speak well when it comes to integrity. You must have integrity. What the word should be your bond. Your word should be your bond, but not in Nigeria here, which politicians are selfish. You get it? They are interested in themselves only. Now, Nigerians should not wait for 2027. Nigerians should begin to voice their displeasure from now on. They're supposed to have been voicing their displeasure since. Okay, look at the one that's happening in Rivers State. People are coming out to protest that they don't have a democratic government. Why the other 35 states in the country are having democratic government? They don't have democratic government. They are having autocratic government. So they are protesting that they want democracy. That's a good one to let you know that the people are not happy with the decision that the government, the president made by declaring state of emergency in a democratically elected state. Because the civil administration is already causing a lot of problems there. And people are not, they are not happy. They want their democracy to be returned to that state. And they are voicing out. So every Nigerian should voice out their pains and their displeasure. Because a child that is crying, you get it, and the mother that is begging or not begging the child, both of them understand each other. And people who are passing by will either say the mother is a wicked mother, or they want to know why the mother is not listening to the cry of the baby. But if the baby is not crying, then everybody will believe that the baby is fine. That is why Nigerians need to speak out their displeasure. They need to speak out. They need to, where necessary, do a peaceful protest. You get it, to let the government know, you get that they are not happy with what is going on. It's not about the media talking about it only. The people, okay, look at the areas where the Fulani, bandits have taken over. Why are they not protesting in their state government house? Why are they not blocking the governor? Because they elected the governor. Why are they not blocking the chairman of their local government areas? They just keep quiet and want to run away. Where will you run to? If you run to that one area, what is the assurance that the bandits, these terrorists will not come to that area? If you run to one local government, you are displaying from your local government and you run to another, what's the assurance that they will not come to that local government and cause problem in that area? Where will you run to? Eventually you will stop running and they will get you. But when you take actions by at least protesting, let the government know that you are not happy with what is happening, then somebody will at least listen to you and there will be some actions. So I believe now that Nigerians don't need to wait for 2027 before they begin to, express their displeasure about what is going on.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lawale Kundayo, for joining me on the World News at 12 this afternoon. I do appreciate your presence, your analysis, and your input. Have an amazing day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You have been listening to the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Just before we wrap up, let's take a look at the top stories again. You heard that new terror group Mahmuda has intensified attacks. IGP deploys special anti-bandit squads nationwide. Presidency defends 10 billion naira Aso Rock solar project and 9 killed in Russian attack on the Ukrainian bus. That is a wrap on the world news at 12. My name is Chioma Innocent. Please follow our social media handles at VOP903FM. For coverage of your live event and brand news mentioned in our news bulletins, do send a mail to news@voiceofthepeople.ng. Good afternoon and thank you for listening. Do stay tuned. The matters will be coming up by 1:30 p.m.